So, good morning, ma'am. How are you doing?
I am absolutely fit and fine. I thrive where I am planted. What about you? Very vibrant morning. It is early morning. We are connecting.
Yes, ma'am. It's 9 o'clock, and I would say it's very early morning. So, have you have your breakfast?
Yes, it's 8:30 in Pakistan. So we have done our breakfast. My son has went to gone to the school academy for education. All is settled now. So we are early risers. In fact,
Okay, it means in Pakistan, its time is like 8:30.
yes, 8:30.
Okay, half an hour difference in both
Yes,
countries.
half. Yes, in both countries.
Okay, ma'am, it's wonderful introduction, I would say, because you have such a vast knowledge about each and everything. You are a gold medalist, and you achieved many scholarships and many prizes from different institutions. So it's really commendable job, I would say. Great. Glad to hear
Thank
that.
you so much for this. I am curious to know about your the meaning of your name and your introduction as well because you are a PhD scholar, if I am not wrong. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was curious and I was so passionate to have a conversation, vibrant conversation, because being a PhD scholar means that you have a vast knowledge. And I want to know that in which subject you are pursuing your degree, and I want to know about your background also.
Yeah, ma'am. Why not? I would love to introduce myself also. So, my name is Shabnam. If I talk about the meaning of my Shabnam, so meaning of my name, so its meaning is dew. Do you know dew?
Yes, the
Yeah.
tiny little drops on
Yeah.
the grass early in the morning, and they refreshen and they just fresh the grass, and they are just light. And when
Yes.
the sun rays just have their shadow on the grass, they are just like shining, and you are shining in education.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, my name is Shabnam. Basically, I'm from Bihar, but currently I live in Delhi. Actually, I'm from India, I would say, because you don't know about the state of this country. But yes, I work as a teacher at a school. Apart from this, I'm pursuing PhD from Delhi University. I work as a part-time assistant professor in college as a guest faculty, and I'm an academic counselor in IGNO too. If I talk about my hobbies, so I have plethora of hobbies, but these days I am focusing on my only one hobby to improve my English communication. For that, I watch a lot of videos, conversational videos. I listen podcast also to improve my communication. So yeah, this is pretty much about me.
So your schedule is pretty hectic, I would say. You are a teacher in a
Yes.
school, and you are also having assistant professor ship in a college, and then you are a guest faculty in
Yes, ma'am.
some institution. Three jobs, and you are also running your YouTube channel. You are
So,
having conversation. Hats off to you. So how do
thank
you
you so
manage
much.
all these things?
Yeah, everybody has same questions. So, as I told you that I'm a teacher, so I teach in evening school. So for that, I have to leave my home at 12 noon. So before going to school, I study for my PhD. Then I do some household chores. Then I go to school. I come from school at 7:30. I come from school at 7:30. Then I do some household chores. Then again I have to do a study. If I talk about college, working in college, so that is on weekend basis. Like I have to give classes over there only on Saturday or Sunday. And IGNU is same. Like I have to give classes over there on the weekend basis. So in this way, I manage each and everything. And if I talk about my YouTube, so I am not a consistent learner and I'm not a consistent YouTuber, I would say, for long video. But yeah, I upload some shorts video every day related to English, like sometimes words, vocabulary, like that. So in this way, I manage each and everything, and my family also.
In which subject you are pursuing your PhD degree?
English?
English, very good. And remarkable. Two literature students are there here and they are discussing different things. So,
Yeah,
what is your experience with English language?
yeah, my experience was good. And when we study like British literature, American literature, we actually, as a English literature student, we plunge ourselves in these languages, right? And we know all of the writers' background and their struggle and how they write in their contemporary age. So that thing I love the most. And if I talk about whole English literature, so I love romantic period. And
Okay,
everyone
romantic period
loves
means
romantic
go
period
back to
because what's
nature
what
and enjoy.
always, yeah,
Yes, go back to nature, just enjoy nature in the
yeah,
lap of nature and no hustle and bustle, no urbanization, no urban era. Okay.
yeah.
Now, do you think that being a literature student helps you a lot to be confident and to speak English in a natural and confident way? What do you think?
Not at all. Because if you are, ma'am, please give me 1 minute. Actually, the battery is running off now. Give me 1 minute. I'll plug the. Yes, ma'am. Now it's fine. So both are poles apart, ma'am. Learning English language and learning a literature, both are different. When you are studying in college, at that time, they professors or any teachers also, when you are in school, they teach as a subject. They teach English as a subject, not as a language. They teach English as a language only like reading, writing, and reading skills, writing skills, and grammar. Right? When you see paper of any school, so you can see that everywhere like comprehension passes, that is comes under reading skills. Then writing skills like letter to principal, letter to editor, later to everybody, like that. So and diary entry, notice writing, how to write memorandum, memo. So all these are comes under writing skills. And if I talk about language, like uh, grammar, right? So these three parts are always there in each and every paper till 12th class. Then there is some literature parts in question paper, but they don't focus on communication. So I if I get the chance to change anything in school and in curriculum, so I would love to change this thing, that in each and every school, every institutes have the should have a communicator, like a communication guide who helps all the students to speak in English, because English is just skill. So yes.
Yes. Yes, very important and very remarkable thing is that everywhere we are studying grammar, everywhere we are studying the rules and regulations, letters, comprehension, essays, stories, and everything that
Yes, ma'am.
comes under the flag of grammar only. But the spoken part is missing. If we want to add something, that is the spoken skills. That One paper should be there where we have to speak, that narrate any story, but you have to narrate through your mouth, not through your pen. So you have excellently pointed out that our educational system is flawed in this way, that it only focuses on our written skills. That's why our eyes are trained, but our ears are not trained. We are not adaptive, and we are not used to speak English in a fluent, in a confident, and in a freely way, where words are coming naturally. We are not forcefully ending, and we are not forcefully adding words, new words to our spoken skills. So this is very important thing. And according to me, spoken English and English language, which is being taught in subcontinent in all countries of Asia, it is taught as a subject, and
Yes, ma'am.
if it is taught as a subject, it is confined within the four walls of the house or four walls of a classroom. When we enter classroom, we just study. When we leave the classroom, we leave the English subject there. But if we talk about English language as a spoken English, it encompasses, it surrounds everywhere. Like, we have to speak every time, whether we are in the classroom, whether we are on the road, whether we are at our home, wherever we are. Even when we are in our lonely condition, when we are in our solitude, we have to think something, then we have to think only in English. So spoken English is the part and parcel of our life, and English is just the subject where we secure good marks and we study for a short period of time. So, Shabnam, as you have illustrated in a very confident way, so what are the problems every English learner faces and how to overcome all those problems? Have you ever faced such kind of problems while speaking, while narrating your thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, many times, ma'am. In my initial time when I started my English spoken journey, so from that moment, I made many mistakes. Like, I know the grammar rules, but same thing, I don't know how to speak. It means I was able to speak, but I mixed all the tenses. But when I started to speak with in a conscious mind, then I was able to eradicate those mistakes after some time. Like, sometimes I speak like spoke like present tense into past tense into future tense. It just in unconscious mind, because when you are not focusing on your communication and you are trying to speak, that moment I made these types of mistakes. And after some time I eradicated all those mistakes, but still I'm making mistakes. And apart from this, whenever I got chance to talk to my professors, that time I felt that they are very efficient in English language. So what would be if I made any mistakes? So that moment I felt many times embarrassed. Even they don't think about that. But I felt many times embarrassed only because I felt this thing that, oh, I made these mistakes. Only fear of making mistakes, I mistake that part. So yes, these types of things happens with me, and I believe that many learners they face same thing, like fear of making mistakes. And when you like, mom, see, when we are talking on audio call, that time we are our ear is listening, we are not 100% active that time, right? And when we are on the face to face video conference, this time different situation, like our facial expressions is showing, and apart from this we are listening also, so we are more active than listening, we are more active than audio call, right? But the situation is totally poles apart when you are facing any real people and you are talking with them. That experience is totally different, because I get many times this types of chance to talk to them. Like, I teach my students, that is different thing. I teach my students, that is different thing, because it's in my hand how I'm going to present my lecture, my speech to them, right? Because I prepared all notes and all the things what I have to teach them before going to class, taking class. But when suddenly you stumble upon any people, so that time if you are facing all those problems and you are tackle that problems like you are speaking very flawlessly with that person, then you can think that now you are able to speak English flawlessly, right? So after over time I feel that now I am much confident, not that much confidence, but yeah, it will take time, right? So I am working on my communication every day, and recently I got chance to meet all the professors of DU, and over there I talked to them, and I felt that after some time I was able to speak fluently with them. I was spontaneously speaking started to speak with them. So that changes I felt in myself only because of practice. So these are the
Yes, you are.
main.
Yes, you are absolutely right. You have just narrated two situations, and these two situations are realistic ones because when you are teaching to the students, students means when you are teaching to the people who are under under your level, and you can speak confidently because you have this thought in your brain, you have this idea in your brain that I am going to teach them. I have better knowledge than them, so you can teach them in a better way. But the situation is quite reverse when you are teaching or when you are talking, when you are having one-on-one conversation or when you are having a group conversation like your professors. Now you have this idea in your brain and your brain is constantly giving you the signal that you are talking to the seniors
Yes,
and
ma'am.
their English is better than you. They can speak eloquent. And what would they feel if you make mistake? So they might laugh, they might judge you, they might ridicule you. All
Yes,
these
ma'am.
things your brain is telling you. So in fact, our brain is there, which is dictating us two different
Yes.
scenarios. It is painting the two different scenarios that this is quite comfortable zone for you where you are teaching, where you are just throwing the beams of light to your students. You can rate anything, you have prepared
Yeah.
your notes, you have prepared your lecture, there is nothing missing. Now your brain is, oh my god, you are now facing quite educated people. They are more knowledgeable. If you make
Yes, ma'am.
mistake, they might laugh, they might ridicule you. What would you feel if you make mistake? Now your brain is making you nervous, your brain is making
True.
you fumbling. So
Absolutely true.
in this way, it is the most important thing that you have to tackle. You have to trick your brain that, oh, brain, just listen to me. If I can talk to these students, if I talk to these people who are not better than me, why can't I talk to these people who are senior to me? If I can prove to this group of people, I can prove to this group of people as well. No worries at all. If I make mistake, I will learn over the period of time. So this is the most important thing we have to keep in our brain, and we have to keep reminding ourselves. It is my personal belief that when you enter into a conversation, whether it's one-on-one conversation, whether a group conversation, whether you are handling your class, whatever, whether you are online or offline, make your brain believe first that I will handle in the best possible way. People will clap for me. Just see, I will prove. Say it to your brain before entering into any conversation, and you will see the change. Because you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
all the knowledge, every English learner has the knowledge. The basic thing is the brain. You have to tackle the brain, you have to trick your brain, you have to make your brain believe in this fact that you can surpass every situation. And another point which you have highlighted, I like the most, was that When we are in a one-on-one conversation or group conversation, we are seeing the facial expressions of others.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
you are not only listening, you are watching. You are watching. Sometimes we if we are not comprehending or if we are not understanding the other persons, by listening you can just guess what the other person is saying through the facial expressions. So the thing or the gap can be fulfilled by listening more and more. Listening more and more. When we listen more and more, we are quite adaptive. We are quite used to listen such kind of expressions, such kind of accents, and then we can be. And another thing is that practice makes a man perfect. The more we practice, the more we put efforts, the better are the results.
Yeah,
So,
ma'am.
any question, anything you want to ask?
And this is very famous quote by Bacon.
Yes,
Practice maketh a
Bacon.
perfect man.
Yes,
This is
Bacon
the
has.
quotation of studies. Essay of
Okay, and
studies.
yes, and it is quite relatable to everyone, every field of life, every skill. You have to, if you want to be perfect, you have to make it as a practice, as an exercise, as a regular exercise. So,
Yeah.
if you want to ask any question, you are more than welcome.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions for you. So, ma'am, tell me one thing. You did your schooling from English medium school because
No,
you
from the
are
government.
outspoken, like you speak fluently and flawlessly, I would say. So, could you please tell me about your journey, how you improved your English communication, and
I
what are the
belong.
problems you faced in your initial stage? Because now I believe that you don't have any problem to talk to anyone, to talk real people also, because now you are much confidence. I can see that. So could you
Thank
please
you so much.
tell me about all those things?
Thank you so much for this appreciation, for this commendable appreciation which you have given me. And first of all, I would say I didn't belong to an English medium school or college or university. I belong to a regional school, a government school, you can say, a state school. So my medium of instruction was Urdu, as your medium of instruction can be Hindi
Hindi.
or any Bengali or any medium of instruction. So according to Pakistan, medium of instruction is Urdu. So I belong to an Urdu medium school. So how did I master this language? It is the story of my passion. That when I was in grade 5, English was for the very first time was introduced, and I was quite passionate to just master this language. So I grew. I just polished my skills by speaking to myself. I was the ardent speaker to myself. I was speaking to myself like I am standing on the stage, narrating my thoughts. There are a huge crowd in front of me. I used to visualize. I used to imagine. Just close my eyes. I just to narrate each and everything.
Wow.
Whatever the subject I have read, whatever the thought, whatever the lesson I have read, I used to narrate it to myself when I was all alone. This was my actual journey because at that moment there was no internet connection, there was no mobile phone, even, and I belong to a rural area. Can you believe I belong to a rural area where there was no internet connection at that moment? But due to my passion, due to my determination, due to my fascination with this language, I became quite consistent with every day, every day. I used to narrate my emotions. I always say that emotions are the best way because you cannot tell anyone your emotions and the reason of your emotion. So you can just narrate your reasons of emotions to yourself. Why you are sad, you can narrate it. You have seen a beautiful scenery. Now you have to narrate it to yourself. No one is there. Fabulous weather is there. Cloudy day is there. Flowers are blooming. Garden is there. Spring season is there. Scorching heat is there. Autumn season is there. The rainy season is there. There are variety of seasons over there when you look around. So you have to narrate each and every aspect. Even you can narrate the simple wall. As I have wall, behind me, it is the wall which I have prepared specially for my son. So, because why I have painted like this? Because it is a word map. And why I have painted and why I have embellished the wall with the word map? Because I want my kids to be familiarized with the word map. Where is
Wow.
the country? So during the puzzle time, they get involved. So in my daughter's room also, I have decorated the same map but in blue color, in pink color with animals, so they can get the variety. So in this way, you can narrate each and everything. There is no dirt, there is no deficiency of the ideas, but the thing is that you have to narrate. You have to narrate constantly, constantly. Like you don't have to think anything else. You have to think only in English. Whatever the thoughts are coming in your brain, what are the emotions coming in your heart, and whatever the ideas are coming in your brain also, everything in English. And you have to constantly be a commentator, like a football commentator, cricket commentator. You have to comment, you have to document each and everything, each and every aspect of your life. And you will see now you are growing, you are growing in terms of confidence, you are growing in terms of body language. Because sometimes people speak very marvelous English, literary, flowery English. But when it comes to the expressions, they fail. Why they fail? Because their facial expressions, their body language, and their English language, they are not in harmony. So with
Yeah,
practice, with
true.
constant, and with a live commentator, you have to be a commentator all the time. Documentary each and every time. That this is the this scene. I am documenting this and this, and you will see now you are on the right track to get progress.
Absolutely true, ma'am. And as you mentioned about body language and facial expression, so that things works when you are talking with any real people face to face. So that time, this thing needs to blend your language, your communication with your body language and facial expressions. And it is said that 70% of weightage is given to our body language, facial expressions, and all those things. And 30% is for our communication. Because recently I taught my students, that was the subject like English communication. And in that subject, one of the examples given in that book, and that example was an interviewer and an interviewee. Both of them are present in an office or anywhere. And that was like not video conferencing. Actually that interview was recorded, right? And what others person noticed that in that interview, one of the interview, he asked the questions about bravery. Bravery, what it's called, like
Puberty,
bribery or it's
bribery,
bribery, yeah.
bribery.
So yeah, so they asked about bribery. Did you take bribery and anything else? So that person told that no, but his hand postures and hand movements, it's just showed that he was telling a lie. So that is why it's called that 70% weightage is given to body expressions, facial expressions, body language. So yeah. And the second thing is you mentioned recently that you studied in Urdu medium. So yes, Urdu is a language in my school time, is a subject in my school time. And I love Urdu language because it has a beauty. Like each and every word has its own beauty, right? So yeah.
True.
So
Can you recite any verse from Urdu language?
yeah, I remembered one verse, है जिंदगी की खूब से है खूब तर कहाँ, अब देखिए जाकर ये नजर ठहरती है कहाँ. I think this is the poem of Ghalib. Am I, if I am
Very good, remarkable. You have Urdu taste, and
thank
Urdu
you.
poetry is very, very good. Like
Yeah,
Iqbal says that खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर
yeah.
तकदीर से
हर तकदीर
पहले
से
खुदा
पहले.
को पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
every language, yes, every literature, whether it is Urdu literature, Punjabi literature, Persian literature, or English literature, every literature has its own beauty because
yeah.
one verse can tell you the reality of life.
Yeah, actually, I I have Persian language also, but Ahmad, Raf, these types of words. But I don't have idea about much idea about Persian language. But yes, I know Hindi, Urdu, and English language very well. I can speak, write, and think in these three languages easily. And these three languages has have in their own beauty, because Hindi
Yes.
language is also very beautiful, but some of the words are very difficult in Hindi language. But yeah, Hindi language is also very, very nice. It has its own beauty. And English is also famous for everybody.
Yes. It means that you are well versed with three languages. You
Yeah.
are not bilingual.
Yeah,
You
I
are
have
polyglot, I
the
would say.
knowledge of three languages, but I know six, seven languages. But
Okay.
I can't write in those all languages, but I can read those languages and I can understand, because I know Assamese language also, I know Bengali language also, and apart from this Arabic language, so it's all about seven languages I know.
Okay, Arabic language. How do you know Arabic language?
Actually, my mother taught me Arabic language, like Quran.
Okay. In Quran.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So
Okay,
yeah.
and these languages also embellish our character very much. And Shabnam ji, it was a fantastic, fabulous conversation with
Yes.
you. And I am looking forward to have many more conversations, vibrant conversations with you.
Likewise, ma'am.
Meeting you. Oh,
And before talking to you, I was thinking that I don't know how it will be. But yeah, I have confidence that you are such a person who has a lot of degree. So we have and same background like English literature. So we have a discussion topic also like English literature and many more. So thank you so much for connecting with me, and thank you so much for accepting my request also. I'm glad
thank
to
you.
connect with you actually. So thank you so much for connecting me, and bye
Have a
bye.
nice
Allah
day.
Hafiz. Have a nice day.
Allah. Allah Hafiz.